Yes, indeed. We are very excited and honored to be back. So we would like to call this episode 31. 31. Yes, indeed. I am Eddie G.
DJ Salo.
Ralphie.
And yes, this is Ralphie, a true friend from back in the days, to the point where we consider him a carnal, a brother.
Brother from another mother.
And no, Alex did not get fired, kicked out, did not pass away from COVID, but he moved on to some, other
projects,
other adventures. So we wish Alex, AJ, the best of luck, and thank you for helping us to get this started, and because of him, we were able to create BAM LA, and we appreciate all that you've done for us, and we wish you the very best. And for BAM LA, the newest member, the newest family member, Ralphie, if you would like to, but first, obviously, we cannot start the show.
You brought out the familiar. What's up?
You know it.
The familiar.
Nice fucking 24s, aka
For the people that don't know what these are familiar, Corona,
aka el mofle.
These are in can, but you can also get them in a bottle, which they're black.
Yeah.
And my goodness, we just can't start the show without toasting. Salute.
Salute.
To the world.
Good to be here, y'all.
To BAM LA, God bless us. God bless us with life, with
family,
and salute. Let's do it.
Salute.
Oh my goodness. I don't know if I'm just thirsty or these taste really good.
Pretty good.
They're bomb.
Yeah.
So yes, listen. Yes, indeed. BAM LA. For those who have forgotten what BAM LA stands for, it stands for by all means. So by all means, let's start this damn show. Episode 31. Ralphie, introduce yourself. Tell the world, the viewers out there, a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been around the block. We as far as us knowing each other, we've known each other since I've known Cello since middle school. Like 6th grade.
Yeah.
And then we met through high school and stuff, and yeah, it's been a trip. We've been childhood friends, and we're all still here.
Yeah, man. I met this guy in middle school, 6th grade. And hanging out with this guy is what got me into DJing. So, back then.
Also got my brother into DJing, which he's still currently doing.
Yeah.
Shout out to my bro, Oscar.
He's older than you?
Yeah.
And you got him into DJing.
Yeah. That's actually a funny story. So trip on this.
Let's hear it.
So we had a homie back in the day, AKA back in the disco days, right?
Can't name the homie? Or?
I can name the homie because I don't even know if he's still around. So the homie was Fernando.
Okay.
Fernie. Remember Fernie?
I remember Fernie.
So I would go to his pad because he used to live not too far from me, right? He was off of Centinela.
Yeah.
Up in Washington Place in Centinela, and I was off of Washington.
West Side?
Yep. On the west side, born and raised, bro.
Yep.
All day. And
we can truly throw it up because we are from the west side.
Can't get more west than that.
Can't get more west side than that, bro. And so we go over to his pad, and he had a whole little DJ set, right? Yeah. So I was like, oh, cool. Let me check this out. So then he showed me how to use all the stuff, and I started tinkering around with it, and I got into it. We started buying gear and stuff like that. And before that, we kind of played around with it, but we were like literally doing. I mean, it wasn't even the days where there was actual mixer, bro. It was like you had a cassette player that recorded, then you had a tape deck, and then you had another tape deck,
right?
Some boom boxes, right? Then you would turn one up, and then you would turn one down, and it was like no mixing. I mean,
and then
everybody would be quiet because if not, mom comes in the door, or, someone's yelling in the background, that shit would come out. So, you know, when he had like a serious setup,
Yeah.
you know, 2 techniques,
And then that realistic mixer came out at Radio
really-
Shack, right?
that was bomb, bro.
That was game changer.
That was a
right
game
there.
changer, dude. With
Game
the fader,
changer.
the fader was a game
you're like
changer right
channels up and down. You know, game changer.
Game changer.
And that started a big scene, bro. So
for the young viewers out there, Radio Shack was actually a store where you can buy electronics.
right.
And when we're talking
forgot they're not
electronics, we're actually talking components. So you can DIY pretty much
Yes.
anything. You can MacGyver anything.
Yeah. So that's where
Now you go,
used to
now
get
you go to
mics
Best Buy,
and
you get
stuff.
everything. But before you had to go to Radio Shack to get.
Hey, they're
you know.
closing Best Buys too right now, dog.
Are they?
Yeah, dude.
They're closing Amazon warehouses, bro. Do
Really?
you believe that? Yeah.
Amazon?
They're keeping it on a hush, but they're shutting them down.
Amazon's taking over everything.
And that's due because of what? Just
Right now it
because.
sucks, but the economy sucks.
The economy's
right now.
horrible right now, bro.
But back to the story.
Back to the story. So we go to his pad, and I picked up how to DJ there. Then we started buying gear, and then my brother got into it, and then we
Deep.
and then
Deep.
we had mutual friends that were the DJ scene too.
Yeah, dude.
So we all
It
hooked
created a
up.
big DJ scene and party
Yeah.
crew scene.
Yeah,
Like
the
these are
party
like
crew
the
scene,
first
bro.
party crews, bro.
I
So
mean,
this is before
before
success.
Party Crew was
Yes.
even thought of, you know.
Shout out to the BA boys,
BA
from the Wayside,
boys, Bear Rat
Tropical,
Boy,
all the old schoolers, bro. I
and
mean,
who was
we-
the Santa Monica crew? House Rockers.
House Rockers.
We didn't really
yeah.
get along, but
Yeah.
shout out to them because we good now.
We good,
But
we good, we good.
yeah, all those parts. Tropical Illusion,
Tropical Illusion, bro.
Risque. Who else?
All on the West
All
Side.
the West Side part.
All the West Side
Yeah.
promoters and DJs and
And yeah, that's what got me into DJ, bro. And since then, I DJ'd and just learned how to DJ and been part of it ever since.
Where did you guys do these parties at? Or
that's the funny part. So
Bro.
so when we started, I mean, we were doing quinceañeras, then we were doing house parties. And then
Dude, we were kids, bro, in middle school.
think about it. You got 15, 16-year-old kids throwing all their gear in a truck.
Flyer parties, bro.
Flyer parties.
Getting
when flyer
flyers
parties
printed,
started.
cut out, promoting everything. At 16 years old, we're promoting parties.
let's bring the year. Like what years was these?
Oh, we're talking
88,
88, 89, 90 and up.
Yeah.
I mean, if you thought about having a house party, either one of us somewhere somehow was involved, either in printing the flyers or organizing or getting the DJs and
We'll put one of the flyers.
I still have some.
Yeah, that's why we're gonna put one of the flyers here so you guys can see.
Were these Kinko shots or no? Or just before Kinkos? Was there a
No,
Kinkos?
it was printers.
It was look. You remember in school you had the print class.
Yeah,
Okay,
it was on shiny paper,
it was on shiny paper, right?
and you go 1 or 2 colors.
That's all you could do is 1 or 2 colors, and then you would literally do the plate, you do the emulsion, the plate, and then you run it through the machine
Yeah,
like a ditto machine.
Yeah.
It's just like it would just for people that don't know what a ditto machine, aka a copier.
copier,
Back
yeah.
in the day, it was copier and it printed in purple.
yeah.
But we would do these flyers, and I remember that if I had homies that went to Venice High, and if I couldn't do it or we couldn't do it on our end, then the homies in Venice would actually do it for us.
Right.
And they would print them out and then just give us a fat stack, like 250 of them. And then they use it as a project, as a school project. So they were getting grades on them. But we're
Helping us with the
helping
parties.
us out, but
Yeah.
we're printing out we're printing out these parties,
man.
these party flyers.
Hey, not only that. Remember, we used to rent out. Remember Crystal Rose, right there
The
on
facade,
Jefferson.
bro.
Yeah, dude.
Remember the facade?
Yeah.
Crystal Rose on Jefferson, bro.
Jefferson.
Oh, I got stories there.
But that's what I'm saying. We were kids, 16 years
Yeah.
old, talking to the owners, convincing the owners that we can make him money there, and getting the place and throwing parties there, flyers everywhere, party crews. It was like,
And it was funny because it literally happened with one house party that did it, and then by next week there was flyers passing out everywhere in high school.
and there
for
was
other
party
parties.
crews, girl party crews, guy party crews.
And then we would battle, dude.
Yeah,
It was like
battle, DJ battles, dance
battles,
everything.
crew battles. How many
Yeah.
people you bribed for
Yeah,
your
who
squad?
was the deepest? Who
Yeah.
had the biggest?
That spot is still there too. I think they
Crystal Rose?
yeah. Well, it's something else.
It's something else now.
Yeah, it shut down a long time
Shut
ago.
down.
Yeah, because when I go run in the morning to that
The hill.
the hill, I always drive by there.
Yeah. Yeah, but those spots. I mean, back in the day, I mean, it was unheard of teenagers doing parties there. Let alone that whole scene just evolved into warehouse parties.
Yeah.
And that was something that we were totally involved in because by that time everybody that was in a DJ crew, we all had people would like, BA boys are gonna be there.
Right.
Oh, it's just gonna be rocking. Let's go.
And
then they would bring their friends, and their friends would bring their friends. I mean, there was no internet, right?
Right.
So it was just word of mouth.
Word of mouth, passing out
Let's
flyers.
go. And flyers,
Yeah,
you pick up your flyer. If you don't pick up your flyers from your homies at school or wherever,
Yeah.
I mean, you go down to Melrose,
Right.
and then you go to the record spots,
Right.
and
And
pick
then
them up there.
it got to the point where like Oski was DJing at Coconut Teasers, right? Coconut Teasers down in Hollywood. Like it got
On
that
Sunset.
serious on Sunset.
Yeah.
Where we were DJing in, not myself, but DJs back then were DJing in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Because we started these party crews, dude.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
crazy.
it was all something that once I mean, it was a phenomenon because it was on the news. People were like, and shout out to East LA because East LA house parties. Oh, they were the bomb. They were the bomb. And then that all evolved into the warehouse parties. So we had
That's where a lot of the techno came in.
yeah,
right?
a lot of the raves. It
techno.
went from it kind of just rolled from house party to like raves, and then raves. It was that was like the trippiest scene, but it was kind of the best scene because you had your hardcore, your dance rave music on one side, and then you had a breakout room that was old school hip hop,
Right.
and then you had another room that was jungle or
Right.
different types of music and different types of genres. So you didn't have to literally go there just to go hear techno.
Right.
You can go there just to the hip hop room and chill.
Yeah.
And there was down tempo, all kinds of stuff.
All kinds.
All kinds of stuff, and it was really cool. That whole scene was something that I it's hard to replicate now.
Yeah.
So we still is that still 80s or like the beginning of 90s?
That's the beginning of the 90s.
Beginning of 90s.
Because because around 95 it was just like everybody that was doing undergrounds and house parties and whatnot, at that point they were just doing bigger things like EDC came out. I know this thing keeps cutting out, dude. There you go. But
then EDC.
EDC was the first one to actually take it mainstream.
Yeah.
And it's been there ever since. And it's been one of those. I mean,
EDC took it to another level.
Yeah. They saw the potential, they took it to another level.
Yeah. But then there was that, like, remember the deep house era? That shit blew up, bro. It blew up on the radio, and then all these clubs in Hollywood were just like, like the Dome.
Like
right?
you wouldn't even. It wasn't even. Like you didn't even hear hip hop. You know what I mean? That's how
Right.
that movement was.
It was always in the background, right? Hip
yeah,
hop
but
never
like,
left.
it was
Hip hop
thing.
never left. It was always in the background because this new genre would keep coming up. It was either techno, rave, jungle, like all
House,
these
deep house.
deep house.
Yeah.
Like all this new music was coming out, but hip hop never left. It was always in the background. It was always the music to fall back on, right?
Yeah. The funny thing about that, and with all the changes in audio, music, and hip hop never left.
Right.
It's always been stitched in every genre that came out at that time.
Oh, yeah.
You can fall back and you can listen to some of the old techno. Chances are you'll hear some tracks and some loops from old school hip hop.
Tribe, whatever. There's samples.
And even
from
samples
everything.
all day.
Even the battles. The battles had something to do
the
with you know what I mean, with pop locking and
all that stuff, yeah.
breakdancing.
It all came from hip hop.
And I think we did that. When we went to these parties, we're like, man,
Me and my bro would take out the cardboard, bro, and we just go at it.
Yeah.
We battle the homies around the neighborhood. It was funny.
Man.
It was fun. back in the day.
And during that time, you know, you had your Richard Humpty Vision, Bad Boy Bill, Michael Trans. Shout out to these DJs that to this day are still
They're still doing it.
they're still doing that. I just seen a documentary from Bad Boy Bill on how he was a DJ in Chicago and you know fell in love with jazz music, and through jazz music that's how he ended up, you know what I mean, looping and getting these house
beats,
these house tracks. And
it's crazy because like when people started getting into house, they started making music.
Yeah,
you know, their own tracks, their own beats. You know, because
there was nothing out
a
there.
lot of it was just beats, right? There wasn't really lyrics behind it.
I mean,
it was
not
just
like
like
song,
it was
right?
just
Not like a song where it's telling a story or nothing.
well, here's the thing too. Remember, every DJ had it in his crate, so at least they had one record, one version of Fruity Loops.
Oh yeah,
Because you had everything you wanted. You want to scratch on something, it's all there.
Yeah.
You know, you want a beat just to cut you over.
Yeah.
It's all there.
Yeah.
You know, and it was one of those things like you mentioned. It's like everybody didn't have there was music was being created at that time.
right.
Even Keith. Shout out to
Fusion,
Mr. Fusion
man.
right there.
DJ Fusion. What up, Keith?
Fusion. I mean, him, my brother. I mean, they created all their their audio and their beats too, and they've all.
But that was the thing. It's like
If you didn't have it, you're gonna make it.
or who was gonna play the next best thing, right?
Yeah.
Who was gonna come out with it? You know, so that's why guys are like, well, shit. If it's not there, I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be the first one to play it, and it's mine.
Yep.
And then that's how you became. A lot of the DJs became producers because now they're making beats because they're like, okay, well, I'm gonna bring out the next best thing.
Yeah, they know what they're looking for.
Exactly.
And they know what hit. So you know what? Yeah, we're gonna do some producing.
Yep.
So you don't see these cats anymore like in the mainstream. You see them in the background.
Right.
And a lot of old school hip hop. That's what they did.
Yeah.
They made their money, but they knew what everybody was looking for. So then they just took that and just went in the background and said, hey, you know what? This guy has potential. I'm gonna work with him to get him out there.
Right.
And they did.
Yeah.
and obviously, you know, running into you because of you, I befriended, and for the love of house music, we end up embracing more, of our peoples, of our now considered carnales, compadres, freaking ninos, and for the love of ditching parties, house parties, backyard boogies, and
West Side parties.
Bro,
yeah, and
ditching parties, dude. I had so
and
many
I
ditching
truly
parties at my house, bro. Oh my god.
I like my sister. Shout out to Lily. She, is a fan of pretty much the music I love. And so we'll be at the house at their house, just chilling, drinking, and she'll play like "Follow Me." You know what I mean? And I'll be like, "Fuck, dude," or
You throw on taps, bro.
or Cashmere. You know what I mean? Like, and I'll sit there or Percolator. I'm like, what? Like, hell yeah, dude! Don't let me break out my freaking shredded pants. You know what I mean?
Take out the overalls, bro. The oversized overalls.
Dude.
You know? But the thing was too is like, okay, and one of the things that it's like when you mentioned ditching parties, bro. I can honestly say that I did the first underground ditching party that in LA. I don't know about anywhere else, but I can guarantee you that was the first one in LA. It was called Donkey Kong, right?
Oh, I remember that.
Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
I did we did it at Coconut Teasers too.
Yeah, I remember.
I worked with the owner to get it going.
Didn't we go? Because it was after hours. No, it was like early in
No,
the
it was
morning.
during the
morning,
day.
bro.
Yeah, it was during the day. It was a ditching party.
It was a ditching party.
Yeah.
So it literally started like at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
I think we went with Luz, with David.
Yeah.
Wilson.
Yeah.
We went with him.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
Yeah.
Tudor was
Tudor
with
was
us.
with us. Yeah.
He
Wow,
wrote-
damn.
Yeah.
I started
That's
that,
right.
bro. I did that first one. It was a $5 cover at
Yeah.
Coconut Teasers, dude. It was the first
right.
thing that it was literally the first thing out there at that time that was actually like a legit underground ditching party. And we had
What year was this? Do you know?
I got the flyer, bro. I gotta look at it. I gotta dig it
We'll
up.
put the
But
flyer up.
it's definitely early
90s.
90s, early 90s, 90, 91 maybe. But yeah, we did it. We took over Coconut Teasers and we did all levels.
Yeah.
All three levels.
Yeah,
We
'cause
did
it was
all three
like
levels.
this.
We had
It
the
was
hip hop
like-
room in the bottom. The main floor obviously was the techno, and then we had something else on the top. I think it was like down tempo or something,
Right.
or just like a various mix of stuff.
Yeah, I remember.
But that was wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Damn, David Wilson. You remember David?
Loose, yeah.
Yeah,
Luz.
Yeah.
Last time
shout out to Luce.
Yes.
I haven't seen him. And
Yes.
he's been MIA.
The last time
Luce,
I saw him when I used to
Holla at
do
your
vending
boy.
machines, he was working at the Playboy magazine. He was
Oh,
like
what?
the manager,
Oh, wow.
for the magazine. So
Last
we gonna
time,
find you.
yeah, we're gonna find you, bro. It's been a while.
Yeah, no. Yeah, man.
Yeah, those times were wild, man. There's so many parties, so many different things, because that was that time where there was no internet. So like even for undergrounds, bro, it was like, there was a phone number on the flyer.
Yeah.
You had to call them.
Voicemail.
Yeah, it goes straight to voicemail. And then at that time, there was nothing on the call except for that night.
Yeah.
And then at like around 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock, there was a recording. Okay, go here.
We had
Like a map
voicemail.
point.
We had voicemail. We had voicemail just for parties.
Just for parties.
It was
like
a party
It was
line.
literally
It was a party line.
Yeah.
You would hear the music. Bum, 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 bum. Hey, live. We're gonna meet here at that.
If you didn't see no
yeah.
flyers or whatever, you're still calling that
Call that number.
line.
You know the stuff
And
was
you know
popping.
it's
An Olympic
popping.
and San Pedro, be there.
Yeah.
Maybe you see some poor guy just chilling there and telling you where to go. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was pretty much it, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
it got to the point where, you get like a weird token or something from somewhere. And you have to go, you have to give it to some guy,
Yeah.
some bum or something. And then he would tell you where it's at and you just go do your thing.
Or a meeting spot, and then there's flyers on the floor, and
Yeah.
that tells you where to go.
That tells you where to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
So I had already knew Ralphie. Obviously, I knew Compa Celo. But how we became really close is I get kicked out of Culver High, and I end up in
Culver Park.
Culver Park. the
Shout out
adult
to Culver
school.
Park. We've been there.
And
Been
so
there many
I-
of times.
So yeah, he was like, I go there, I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, oh, at least I know somebody there, It's like, fuck, dude, because I figured, oh, the homeboys are gonna be there, I'm gonna fucking get my ass whooped or something.
But the trip out though, all the homeboys that were there, they were all cool.
Cool.
Everybody was chill.
Excellent. When they saw me, they're like, and then so we used to live on Tilden, and we would meet up
That's right.
at the 7-Eleven playing Street Fighter.
Give
After
me
Street
a
Fighter?
corner, bro.
Oh, my
I'm there
Lord.
all day. dog.
This
After
was
Street
Street
Fighter,
Fighter.
we would walk to school. Literally walk, almost a mile, huh? From Washington to
Yeah.
to
Culver Park.
Yeah, and then at that time it was funny too, because I mean we're doing all this crazy shit, but no one had a ride.
no one drove. Like no one had a car.
drove.
Nobody had a car, bro.
Nobody had a car, so we would literally walk. We would literally walk. So we walk a couple miles to school, then we walk a couple miles to the Fox Hills Mall when it was still Fox Hills Mall.
Yeah.
And then from Fox Hills Mall, I mean, with scrounge up some change, we get bored, we just jump on the Culver City bus, go to the West Side Pavilion, and we would hit the West Side Pavilion, chill out over there.
Or to the marina,
Or
the arcades.
Go to the arcade, Westworld, bro.
Westworld, yeah.
Shout out to the two bodybuilders that used to go out there back in the 90s, bro. I used to whip y'all asses on fucking Street Fighter. Y'all was salty, but you guys were cool. They were cool. But yeah, we used to go out to the arcades. I mean, we find any arcade that we could possibly go to. Even we didn't go to UCLA campus
Yeah.
to play the guys over there. I mean, we were doing tournaments and stuff like that. And I mean, Street Fighter was one of those things that it was just like those raves, man. Those games came over here, and it was just like they were in every 7-Eleven.
Dude, I remember every morning 7-Eleven. This mother.
One quarter, bro.
One
I'd be there
quarter.
all day.
Yeah, right. We ended up 2 hours playing Street Fighter. Late for school.
We were always late for school, bro. We're always late.
It
For
be to the point where Suka's like, you motherfuckers go to school, motherfuckers go to
Kicking us
school.
out. Go to school.
You never
Shout out
tri-
to Suka. I wonder what Suka is at. You remember Suka?
I don't know, bro.
He used to be the tenant right there at 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven right there. The one right there by the pad.
His
Yeah,
famous word
Washington.
was puto. Hey, puto.
Yeah.
I don't think he knew
He didn't know
what
what
the
it
actual
meant,
word
yeah.
it was, like what it meant. Well, I guess he would hear all the Latinos around him and be like, oh, so he would call everybody, hey, puto. Yeah. And I remember he said that to my pops. Because he had walked in with like all my nieces and nephews. Puto. Hey, puto. He goes, what? ¿Qué me dijo este cabrón? No, es que no sabe. Oh. And he'd be like, oh, you Miami daddy, because he, his Miami. Oh, no, what would he call us? I forget what he called us. But yeah, damn, Street Fighter, dude. Fuck, where are they? Like Street Fighter 10? No,
I don't even know at this point, bro. It's been so long that I actually go to an actual arcade. Yeah, because it's all changed now. I mean,
it's crazy, man. Like
Dave and Buster's right now is like,
but they don't even have Street Fighter. They have like
they have all these like games, bro. You know where you got to go is round one. Round one has they imported Japanese games and stuff like that. So
where's that at?
Round one's everywhere.
Oh,
so they got one in Lakewood, in towards Downey, Long Beach, and then they have a couple of they're scattered around, but it's a Dave and Buster's on crack. So you can go there, have a beer, play your Street Fighter. You can challenge people from all over the world and stuff.
They're more like if you sit on a fucking go kart and you're like that type of
they have those type of games, and they also have those VR games, and they also
that's what I'm about to say.
Yeah, they also have those dance games, bro, where you see everybody just cracking a sweat right there. Like
dance.
Yeah, VR, bro. I mean,
and they got a crowd and like Jesus.
Shout out to my son Ezra, bro. He
gets down on it.
That guy's a maniac on that thing.
Oh my Lord.
I've taken him to the arcades and stuff, and I seen that fool just go at it. And I'm just like, I'm in the background, bro. I'm just like,
that's my son.
That used to be me on Street Fighter, bro.
Yeah. Nah, but you know what's crazy?
To smacking that ass.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, but you know what's crazy? We all stayed friends because we always fall into the same hobbies, I guess you can say. We've always been into the same stuff.
You know what the trippy part is too? It's like it's not even us falling into the same hobbies. It's more like all of us just like growing and evolving together.
Into it, I guess. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So we're all like so close together. It's like we all, if one picked up something or had an interest in it, or we're like everybody else was like, all right, let's check it out, let's see what's good. And people that liked it would just hop on it. Yeah. I mean, that was another thing. It was like, what's on your hat, bro?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Like,
I mean, we were terrorists, bro.
Yeah,
we were kids. I mean, statute of limitations gone now, bro. But we did some dirty on stuff on the west side, bro. Yeah. We still have landmarks.
Yeah.
So you brought up the compas hat over there.
Yeah, that's one of those things that that we all, hip hop and graffiti go back.
Shout out to Graffiti the City.
Yeah, I mean, all the old school, crews back in the day. Shout out to the OG LOC, Lokes, AWR, all the homies from the west side that we all started with,
Yeah, man.
And it's been a wild ride. But the trippy part, like you were saying, is like, we all like learn from each other.
Yeah.
Because we were like we're a tight squad.
Yeah.
All our friends were always very close and shit, right? But the funny thing about it is that when graffiti started becoming bigger than just something you would hear about, from East Coast. You pick up these newspapers, like Herb and stuff like that. They had exposés on some of the stuff that the East Coast guys were doing.
Right.
And West Side on the West Coast, it wasn't that big of a thing.
Right.
But it became a big of a thing
when the West Side started doing it.
When the West Side started doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, I there's countless crews. I mean, shout out to the homies back in LA, OFA. I mean,
OFA.
all these squads that we were just like were something else. I mean, back in the day, I mean, the difference and the funny thing about that, I mean, you had graffiti broke out different groups.
Right.
So you had your taggers. You know that you had your mobbers.
Yeah.
You had the dudes with
Piecers.
you had you had the artist side, then you had your piecers,
And then you had your tag bangers.
and you had your tag bangers
Yeah.
that started later.
Yeah.
You know, but the thing how everything started evolving is a trip because you had your squad. You know, you roll out with your squad. You know, you bomb. You hit your landmarks.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people hit the heavens. You know,
Yeah.
on the top. You know, you always wanted to hit a landmark, so
Yeah.
you know it's gonna stay there.
All those, those West Side crews, bro, like West Coast artists,
Yeah.
MSK, CBS,
CBS is another one.
AWR, all those,
These kids nowadays don't realize that, the metro station
oh yeah,
right there on Motor
yeah,
used to be the Motor Yard.
yeah, the Motor Yard,
The Motor Yard was legendary,
Yeah.
just like Belmont,
yeah,
and Fremont.
Fremont.
You know, those yards were like, if you were in, if you want to showcase your art, if you want to learn, if you want to practice, I mean, there's no better place to go than the Motor Yard on the west
Yeah.
side. You know, as you get to the Motor Yard on the front, that's where all the cool stuff was.
Right,
If
right.
you want to see people trying to work on
Yeah,
their
in the back.
shit, it's on the other side of the tunnel, all the way in the back.
The beginners.
In the beginner section, yeah.
Yeah, but shout out to USK. That's our
USK
crew
is
right
nice
there.
crew.
Our brother crew, STP. One of the homies, rest in peace, Sevic. He passed away recently. So we want to give that respect, much love and respect to him and the crew. STP is doing big things at the moment. Shout out to them for doing big things at the moment.
And also the yard in Venice,
Yeah.
The Venice Yard.
The
yeah.
Venice Yard. So STP runs those walls.
Yeah.
So they take care of those walls and they run them. So shout outs to them. So they're keeping that alive for graffiti. So
Yeah, which is cool because that whole section right there was like, it was all gonna get torn down
Yeah.
for nothing.
yeah,
And it's a really cool area because back in the day, I mean, I can remember Venice and Marina Del Rey like if it was yesterday.
yeah,
I mean, the pier at Venice, there was a pier.
yeah.
Okay,
Right.
I mean, you see it in the movies and shit like that, but back
No,
for
is that
original-
is that the Santa Monica Pier? No,
No, bro. Venice Pier.
Yeah.
Venice Pier. There was a pier there.
Yeah.
And, a lot of people that either skated there or surfed there, it was fucking locals only.
Yeah.
They didn't know you, you better get out of the water.
Yeah.
'Cause you're going to get fucked up.
Yeah.
If you catch a wave, they're going to be waiting for you on the sand
Yeah.
and game over.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
It
tough.
was locals only, bro.
It was, when they say
Like, if
locals
it-
only, it was locals
Yeah,
only.
like if you watch the movie Dogtown and you see like the homeboys and these surfers, that no, bro, you gotta
Yeah.
you're
It's locals only.
yeah,
bro.
locals
And,
only.
you know,
That was the West Side
the
thing.
thing too, you can see they redid the Venice Pier
Yeah.
Just
that
for the movie.
just for that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, yeah. Shout out to all those skaters, West Coast skaters, West Side
Yes.
skaters.
Yeah.
I used to skate
Where it
back
all
then. It was a
began.
West Side thing,
it was
You know,
really a West Side thing. Santa Monica,
Oh, yeah,
Rip
man.
City,
Rip City.
your boys at Rip City.
Yeah, my boys at Rip City.
know?
Shout outs to them. Shout
Skating
out to
started
James.
on the
Yeah.
west side.
Shout out to Jim at Rip City, dude.
Santa Monica Airlines, bro. That was
Yeah,
one of the
man.
ones that was back in the day. I was gonna get sponsored by.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
What happened?
I didn't.
but
I got into DJing, bro.
Rip City's still there, dude.
You guys
City's
came
still
into my life.
Yeah. Next thing I know, I'm fucking DJing fucking house parties and doing undergrounds, bro.
Yeah, but skating was a big part
Skating was a big part.
of our growing up. It was a West Side thing, and
Yeah.
and we did it. We skated with all the white boys. It was just part of our, the West Side, and we just we did it. I mean,
It was an evolution in the movement back in the
Right,
day,
right.
because it wasn't just hey, you're a cholo, or, hey, you're a skater,
Right.
hey, you're a raver. It was just like everybody just, hey, you guys want to skate? Let's go.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys want to go ride
But-
bikes? Want to go BMX? Let's go. Hey,
Hey,
you guys
dude,
want to go hit a party? Let's go.
a lot of these West Side guys, cholos, can skate, bro.
Yeah.
They can
On the
skate.
West Side.
Bro, you got to survive. You got to adapt to survive, bro.
Exactly.
you put a skateboard
Yeah.
under a cholo's foot. Those boys
But
are gone.
that was
Yeah.
just I'll say west side, but I'm gonna say because we were there, Culver City, because it was
Born and raised.
everything. Yeah, blacks, whites, Latinos of all nationalities, and we all fucking hung out, partied. Like there was, I mean, to us, there was no like race. Like they're that color. You know what I mean?
No, there was no differences in ethnicity.
It was like you want to fucking
ethnicity.
Yeah.
You know, everybody was.
We're in the same. Everybody was in the same.
Everybody's
boat,
the same boat, bro. Everybody just.
We all lived the same.
Yep.
We all had this. We were all broke.
310. We're 310.
So, bro, if you had 25 cents, bro, if you had 35 cents, you can go anywhere you wanted to in the West Side because it was 25 cents for the bus and 10 cents for the transfer all day.
All day long.
All day.
Kids. And a bus is those big ass things that holds a lot of people, young ones.
It was the RTD, the Culver City bus, and RTD, the Rough, Tough, and Dangerous.
There you go.
What? Yeah, that song. Listen to that Ice Cube album, Death Certificate. He'll tell he will explain everything about
How many
RTD.
buses did we bomb?
Too many, bro. That was some good times. So
Yeah.
jumping out the bus, holding on the window, scribing on the windows. Oh my god. I think I'm saying too much, bro.
I don't. They're gonna be like, oh, he was
these
there.
guys okay.
Hitting the back rails and shit.
Back rails.
So one
dude.
of the crews that all of us was a part of was LOK,
That's right.
Yeah.
and
Shout out to the boy David Demmer.
Demmer one.
keep doing your thing with those magic plants.
That's right.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to the boy. He's doing it. He's doing it.
He's a photographer now too, right?
He's doing photography.
Shogun.
Shogun photography.
Shout out.
out. Look him up on Instagram. He's
Yep.
doing pinups and stuff.
Pin up. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
big
doing
things.
really
He's
good.
doing big things, bro.
Yeah. Doing good.
He's doing good.
And we used to, which is dumb, bro. When it came to you know what I mean.
You know the owner of Graffiti the City, he was from LOK.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Eve.
Oh,
You know,
this is
Eve.
I haven't talked to Eve
Yeah.
forever.
LOK. Straight up one of the OGs.
Oh,
I
so
connect
he's
with
not
you,
from
my boy?
LOK no more.
Huh?
He's not from LOK no more.
Well, once you're from LOK, you're always from LOK.
Yeah, which was LOC.
life.
LOC, and
LOC in the beginning.
LOC, and then
It's
we went to
LOK.
LOK, and then that.
That whole it evolved once we started getting like out of the whole LOK. I wouldn't say getting out of LOK, but it was more like getting out of the scene because we were doing other things.
Right.
It just evolved, and it's still going to this day. There's still LOK.
I've
art.
seen it. I've seen it. Like
It's not even tags anymore. It's just art.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just-
There's a lot of writers, like LOK writers.
I've seen for is it the 110? It says Los Angeles, like
Yeah.
LOK.
It's off the 101.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
Not only, it came out on the Straight Out of Compton movie.
then,
It's in
The
the
Los
background.
Angeles.
Los Angeles.
then I've
yeah.
seen Lokes. I think I had asked compa. I was like, is that
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah, it's the
Lokes
same
from us
Lokes,
or
just somebody else took over, right?
They took
Is
over.
that what it was?
Yeah, yeah. They actually, you know what? One of the OGs and originators is Demmer,
mm-hmm.
and I believe back when we were, getting over.
Well, he
and
was
doing our
one
things.
of.
He one of the guys hit him up and said, "Hey, you know what? Can I take it over, or can we just continue doing it?"
Because I remember, what was it Lizer?
Lizer,
Eve was one of those originators.
Dask, Zern,
Dask,
the homies,
Zern.
the homies in
Yeah.
in MVG, Mar Vista Gardens, bro. The freaking,
So those were the OG,
Wasn't
OGs.
Game was part of it too? No.
no
Gamer, no.
No, Game was with Eve.
Oh,
back in
TB.
the day.
Yeah,
They were from TB.
TB,
Yeah.
and,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he kicked it. Like
Yeah.
there were Gamer and
Bravo was
Those
from
guys.
TB too. Huh?
Yeah.
but and then after those guys, then Demmer kind of took over, right?
Well, Demmer was one of the original ones.
Okay.
So he was one of the ones that actually started.
Got put in, right? But he wasn't one of the
He was the
creators.
yeah,
Oh, he was a creator?
for LOK. Yeah, he was. He was part of LOC, and then he brought me into LOC. And then once
And what was LOC stand for?
Lord of Crimes. And then
And LOK?
well, it depends what you want to say. It's the same thing, Lord of Crimes, or lots of crazy shit. I mean, whatever you want to abbreviate it, But he was one of the OG ones. He brought me in.
Last of Kings.
Last of Kings.
Yeah, Transformers.
Yeah, before Transformers, bro. But it was just one of those things that, you know, it was just graffiti was just one of those things that actually created a community too.
Yeah.
You know, and it was empowering as much as it was damaging to the city. But it was good. It was a good time. It was definitely a good time.
But so then from Lokes, here comes that infamous EMO.
EMO was what?
Well, it was EM first.
It was
it
it
was
was
EMO.
EMO, bro.
Oh, you're right. EMO.
That was that was something funny. 'Cause, EMO was actually something that I created, and it was kind of like a spin-off, kind of like just like, you know, like
Alpha
a
LOK.
Alpha LOK. It was just
Like a click.
it was like a click. Yeah, exactly. You just, you know, just like it was literally just a screw around crew.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't anything serious or anything like that. Once it turned into EM, it was a different story.
Yeah.
But when it was EMO, it literally standed for "Eat Me Out."
Yeah.
That's what it standed for.
Yeah,
I mean, it was kind of like a joke, right?
Yeah,
I mean, but it was cool because
we were getting it up. We're like, fuck
yeah,
it.
we're just getting it up. We could put LOK, and then next to it will be EMO, right?
Yeah.
But the thing was, it was we get other people from other crews were joining it, and then it was just one of those things that just was evolving to something else.
Right.
But then it got to a point where it was almost starting to like
It
tag
got
banging and shit.
yeah, and then it got too crazy, so we dropped it, right?
So we dropped it.
And then somebody decided to take over it.
They picked it up, yeah.
They picked it up, and then they just dropped the O and
it was just
became
EM.
EM.
That's right.
And then it created a big old, you know, tag banging, I guess you can call it.
It
right?
was literally tag bagging at that point. And then, you know, EMO, I mean, it was, you know, originally started as Immortals, and it was like Eat Me Out, and then
Emotions. It was
Anything that
whatever.
started with emo.
Anything that was EMO, that was
I
us.
mean, if you wore all black and shit, you got
Yeah.
black hair.
This is before emo.
It's
We
before
were emo.
we were emo. You know, but yeah, it's one of those crews that it was done just not necessarily as a project, but it was done like just to get people together that just wanted to do art,
Right.
just wanted to throw up something different than their crew.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes you want to do art, you know, you want to do murals, you want to do a piece, you want to do a burner, whatever you want, and you know, you don't want to put up your crew, you just want it to be something different. You just throw some, you know, that's where that whole concept came from.
Yeah. But got turned around.
They got turned around.
And then we
Like-
dropped it.
Then we
and
dropped it and we were out.
It went far north with that shit, dude.
Woo.
yeah, it
I remember I
It was
was
out there, bro.
I was at Kaiser one time.
Shout out
And,
to PIE.
Yeah, that's Eve's crew.
Yeah.
And
So,
Posse in Effect. What's
Austin
up?
Effect.
and
what's
I was and I'm about to bring them up because of this. So I'm in a I was about to lose my job. So I went in and I got everything done. Freaking AIDS, everything.
Got a check.
Everything, you know?
I'll
And
check.
the guy's looking at me like,
Kind of-
why are you getting all this done? I was like, dude, I'm about to get, you know, I'm losing my job. Yeah. I'm gonna take advantage of my insurance.
You get canned. I'm gonna pay my copay. I'm gonna get everything.
He's like, oh, okay. So when I'm filling out the paperwork, and it was bald dude tatted up, you know, with scrubs. And he was tripping on my writing. He goes, you used to write? And I was like, what?
You can always tell the writer about his writing, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
I'll
He
tell
goes-
you that straight up right now.
He's like, you used to write? I was like, yeah. And he was like, what'd you write? I go, well, yeah, well, not only did I write it, but everybody pretty much knows me as Miami. They're like, oh, okay. He's
Statute
like,
of limitations, bro. It's all good.
he's like, what crew? And so I was like, Logs. I was like, USK. I go, and then he goes, EM? But he's giving me that look. I'm like, what? He's like, EMK? I was like, and I looked at him. He goes, you know Fui? I was like, what? He goes, yeah, I'm from PIE. And he's talking to me in his scrubs.
Like he's
at-
about to get down with you.
at Kaiser, bro. And I'm like, you know what, bro? I was like, when it became EM, we were done. Like, we were out. Like, he said, no, it's cool, you know, but fuck him. He was like, fuck him. But, you know, I mean, it's all good. Because I guess he
Same
did a
thing
lot.
happened with me, dude. I was at work, and I'm writing. And he's like, some dude, right? Like I had just met him. I went to a new office.
Yeah.
In the medical field. Went to a new office. He's like, hey, you write, bro? I'm like, yeah, dude. What do you write? Oh, Salo. Or where you from? Or what crew? What? USK. All right. What else? Is that it? LOK. All right. And then EMO. He's like, you from EM? That's PIE right here. And I was like, I was from EMO. I wasn't from EM, dog. When EM started, I got out of EM.
Yeah. People
For that reason.
Yeah.
And then, but we ended up being cool. Shout out to XO, PIE.
Yeah, and that's where he was from, at Kaiser.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, bald, tatted up with scrubs.
Yeah,
He was from PIE.
Yeah, so. But nah, PIE is cool as hell, dog. Kidder, all them cats, man.
Kidder was one that always had some kind of him and Bowie were just going at it for a cool minute. And it was one of those things where it's just like, and that was probably the straw that broke the camel's back at that point. Where it's just like, we're done.
It was stupid, dude.
Yeah, because I mean
it was his beef,
but
and
he brought the crew in.
Yeah, he tried to involve everybody in it.
Yeah, and that's the worst thing you want to do.
Yeah,
I mean, if you got beef with somebody, just
just
handle it.
And from what if I'm not mistaken, it had to do with a female.
It always has to do with the female, bro.
Somebody's chick was calling somebody, and that's how it all started.
That's
And
how it always starts, bro.
It don't matter,
always,
dog.
yeah. I mean, it's old news now, but I mean,
and it was literally blocks away. The beef was like, because let's say we were on Prospect, and they were literally like
Huron.
Prospect, but on
the other
side.
Venice side.
yeah, like
On the Venice
passing
side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
It's wild. I mean, but and that just tells you how small the West Side was.
Yeah.
We're all doing this, because I mean, literally, like you go across the street, you can bump into another crew, and then stuff like that would happen.
Not only that, but shit, back in the 90s, back when we were, the fucking gangbanging was insane.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the
And
highest.
we overcame all that because dudes was getting blasted, and
No
we talking
questions
about
asked,
what I mean, cats pulling up in the projects or cats pulling up, at where does
Slauson,
Venice hang
bro.
out? Oakwood Park or Sawtell or Santa Monica, 17th Street. It was just like
Slauson,
Jesus,
Sawtell,
dude.
all those spots, bro. I mean,
It was crazy in the 90s.
So a lot of,
I mean, if people were to go on right now and Google gangbanging in the 90s, they'll see it.
Yeah.
It was something that was. It was definitely something. I mean, I mean, it still happens to this day. Obviously.
Oh,
oh yeah, we're not gonna say, but
But you know what? Back then, it was something new, right? So it was like, you and me we're going to high school, right? We have like homeroom, right? So we're chilling, we're shooting the shit like we are today, and then tomorrow, heaven forbid, but you weren't there, and then you hear about what happened. You got shot or whatever. There was no way that, I mean, there was no internet, there was nothing, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you had to hear this word of mouth, but that would literally happen to a lot of people, and it was unfortunate, but gangs are gangs, and that's never going to change. But the fact that you would go to
But
school
in that
and
era,
not see
it was
that
like-
person.
Yeah, it
and
was
never
like
see that
green light
person
on
again.
everybody.
Yeah.
It was just green light. So fools were getting capped left and right.
It was just
like
all kinds
this-
of stuff
this-
was happening.
this homie got shot down, and we're like, what the fuck, dude? Like, and there were some people that we knew. We're like, damn, dude. Like, obviously, because we knew him, it was like, dude, he was a good guy. Like, damn, he was a sweetheart, and like, for
I mean, it's
It
just
happens,
unfortunate,
bro. I mean, how many times did we get, chased down? And we never
how
claimed
many-
the neighborhood.
No, I mean, how many times
Yeah,
did we get jumped for no reason?
I mean,
And I'm talking about the police, bro. Because I got stories on that shit. Too. But you know what?
We got stories.
We got jumped.
We got stories.
I can personally tell you that I got beat down for no reason by some cholos, and I got kicked under a lowered vehicle, which is very hard to do. And that shit happened to me, bro.
Yeah. But that's like Ukraine getting rolled up on right now, right? Yeah. Like, man, they're taking it, dog.
But you know, they're holding out, bro. Yeah. They're. I mean, they have nothing to lose at this point, and it's like, I mean, it's their country, bro.
It sucks,
out,
man. It sucks.
Unfortunate.
These gas prices are fucking crazy, bro.
Look, I had to make a decision today, bro.
But that's gonna be for another one because the lights are about to come off. So I am Eddie G.
DJ Salo.
It's Ralphie G.
We're glad that he's part of the show. This is Bam LA, episode 31. Thank you so much. Like I said, subscribe, hit the like button, comment. And this is to everyone out there, our viewers. God bless. Be safe.
The homies.
We'll see you again.
Everybody out there. The crews. Sure. Salud.
Next one.
Next one.